going to challenge you. You're online, but you're unavailable for challenge. What are you doing? Story mode? I'm going to watch you. I'm going to view your profile.
Let's go.
Yes.
Alright, do you want me to go on mute?
No. It's no. It's not worth it, dude. It's not worth it. So I tried recording this yesterday. Keep hand. And well, not yesterday, 2 days ago, right? Yeah, we played through this 2 days ago and I fucked up the audio. So we're redoing it. This is Elder Scrolls Legends. This is a card game by Elder Scrolls. Dustin, what do you know about Elder Scrolls?
No, if you know there's Elder Scrolls.
There's Daedra. There's a
These very
Morrowind.
powerful scrolls.
There's a Skyrim. Oh, I go first. Whoops. My bad.
It's okay, there's no timer.
There's no timer. So this is a card game that came out of open beta recently. Neither Dustin or I could figure out when it actually drops. It just says 2016. But it's basically Heartstone. There's a few different mechanics. The first thing off the bat, you'll see these two different lanes. You're able to play cards in the different on the different sides of the board. Let's drop you here. And in this particular case, the right lane is a shadow lane. Creatures, the first turn they're in here, get cover, can't be attacked. On the left side, it's just what they call a field lane, which is a normal lane. Ooh! What's he got? He's playing something. So I've been deploying creatures on the right lane. Here's a guy. Another 2-1. Kind of just trading. Well, that's not going to help me. I can play 2.
By dawn and dusk, I move as a
Destruction is
shadow.
at hand.
And we'll go. But you get the one Magicka per turn. Same as Hearthstone. Goes up by 1. He's got the equivalent of the coin, but it lasts for 3 turns. It has 3 uses. You're able to just... Oh, okay. So this is a mechanic. Once the red kind of goes past one of these rune slots, you get a card, and if that card has prophecy on it, you may play this for free when drawn from Rune Loss. So I'm able to slam this down on the board. I'll shove that there. And Shackle. Tie that dude down. Baited. So this guy's on the left lane, so he's not able to attack anyone. He's not able to attack or interact with anything on the right side. See, I'm trying to drag it over. Draw 1 card per turn. You have 30 health. There's no hero powers like in Hearthstone, and you have 5 runes. So I triggered one of his prophecy cards. Well, I triggered one of his runes, but it didn't have prophecy on it, so he wasn't able to play it. So now I gotta, how do I deal with the 5-4? Well, I want to smash this dude into it and see where that goes. Okay. We're gonna have to blow a couple cards here.
Feel my
So that we can
sting.
make this trade. Get a sword. Get a sword. Probably better to play another guide though. Yeah, let's do that. Keep up the pressure. So, Dustin, have you found anything to click on? Because I haven't.
No, just the map again.
Yeah, Hearthstone has a bunch of interactables that you can click on. This game, we haven't found anything. It's in open beta, but we haven't found anything. But pretty much what you'd expect from a card game. The cost at the top. If it's a creature, it'll have a, power and toughness on the left and right respectively, and then any abilities. You can hover over the card to quickly see what abilities it has or how it'll interact with stuff. Some of the new stuff is there's a pretty extensive story mode. It's a 20-chapter story mode that you can play through, and it has different choices, right? like you were talking about the wolf that you can save and you get different cards?
Yeah, so at the end of the story battle, you get to have a choice, and depending on your choice, you get a different card, and it shows you what card you'll get. So when you're making these choices, you're really not making them for the story. You're just making them for like a card that will, that fits your playstyle.
By dawn and dusk, I move.
Which is cool, because, yeah, once that choice comes up, like the one with the merchant, do you want to kill this merchant or save him? You'll get a particular card or not. You'll get, like, the choice of 2 cards, and that will go into the deck, or you'll get asked, oh, deal 1 to all enemy creatures in the lane. Okay. I'll wipe out a few guys. Which is cool. Also, there's some cards. I don't have any, and neither does Dustin. There's some cards that level up. They'll actually level up based on your player level. I don't have any. They have a green arrow on the top right, and once your player level hits a certain threshold, 10, 15, 20, whatever, the card can evolve into one of 2 options. And you can get some different play styles there, like, hey, do you want to give this guy charge? Or, alright, I'll kill you right now. Do you want to give this guy charge or not? Do you want to give him defender and, like, different stats? There's also some different mechanics in terms of, like, the card building and the way that the classes are set up. Let's do another game. I'll go into some of the extra stuff that I missed here. But it's kind of got the same thing as Hearthstone again. Packs, arena tickets, very similar. Pack is 100 gold. You'll get some gold through playing single player, but everything else you can buy. They have a promo going on for, forget what it's called, but early access or something. What is this? Founder. You get a exclusive title, some card packs, and then some rare promo stuff. But card building is not based on... Sorry, deck building is not based on a hero class. You don't pick a class and that class has access to an ability. Like I mentioned, you pick essentially 2 traits and build a class based around those traits. So for this one, I have intelligence and agility, and that's determining what cards that I can include. Obviously, you can include the neutrals in there as well. And Dustin's gone with strength and willpower, and those play totally different. Let me dump you. Intelligence is more the mage class. Agility is more of the ranger roguish class. Strength is about high strength creatures, and willpower is about dumping a ton of creatures onto the field. Sure, I'll match you there. What else? Rune system goes off every time you pass one of these thresholds. I already mentioned that. What else? What else about this game, D?
I don't know. I mean, the 2-lane system's pretty unique, especially the stuff it does in story mode. But it looks like in multiplayer, all you really get is the shadow and the clear field.
Yeah, in the story mode, there's different traits, I guess, that happen.
There's always a plan.
Oh, that card will benefit you. Like one of the story modes has on the left side, it'll
By dawn and dusk, I move as a shadow.
like equip any creature you put there with a unique weapon. One of the enemies will summon a spider every turn. Like, they have different traits in the story mode, but in multiplayer it seems to just be these 2 standard lanes over and over. That won't really help. Well, let's kill that. And we'll dump in these 2. let's see, the coin is different in that you're able to use it 3 times. I already mentioned that. Draw 1 card a turn, same as Hearthstone. There's no time limit, but probably because we're playing just friendly battles, maybe in ranked play, you'll have that. But the arena is similar to what Hearthstone provides. The casual play is similar to what Hearthstone provides. And they don't have a story. Hearthstone has sort of just these different adventures that you play through. I actually want to do this.
Blood and briar.
And let's dump
By
both of
dawn
you.
and dusk, I move as a shadow.
A little coin.
I keep a spare blade
More
in
people
my
down
belt.
here. But it's both Dustin and my opinion of it is that you should just play Hearthstone. The lore hasn't really captured us. We don't really know anything about the Elder Scrolls universe. And I don't know about you, Dustin, but I played Morrowind, played Oblivion, played Skyrim, didn't play Daggerfall or Arena, but I just don't know any of these characters or people or care about them.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. I mean, I've sunk in a lot of hours into Skyrim and Oblivion, and the only thing that really resonates here in this card game are the races. But none of these characters feel like they're anything to me. At least like in Hearthstone,
Feel
even when
my
it was just like
sting.
a Murloc
Do your
card,
worst.
it was at least like clever or a gimmick they've been using for a while now. And you just don't get that here.
Hearthstone's a little bit, it's hard to quantify it, but it just seems a little
By
more
our service, we
smooth.
honor kind.
Fluid to play. Oh, you don't have another creature to put that on. Seems a little more fluid to play, a little more responsive. This one does kind of lag a little bit on just the tightness and moving throughout the turn as quickly as possible. But the not knowing the characters, not really caring about the lore, the art style is typical high fantasy stuff. Cards look nice, but in my opinion, Hearthstone has that kind of just charm and that universe to tap into, which I find more appealing than the Elder Scrolls higher fantasy type stuff. But the game is free. It's in open beta. Definitely download it and give it a shot. And no reason not to. I got to punch through a 4-7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or I could do... Yeah, I'll have to do that.
Feel my sting.
Let's do this. Smash you into him.
Do your worst.
Back where you came from.
Oh shit. Another prophecy card getting triggered. It's a pretty cool... Dustin says it's a comeback mechanic because you get more cards the lower, the lower you are. Just lost the 4-1. Damn. And it can definitely play like that, as you see. Health-wise, I definitely have the upper hand and the momentum, but his hand is just loaded with people to play. Also, you don't stop at the 10 mana limit like you do in Hearthstone. This one just keeps going. I've gotten to 15 before, so
Yeah, so there's definitely a strategy with trying to make the game go longer. The only thing I don't like about the prophecy and rune system is that it's all luck. Like, you have to get lucky that the cards you want to be slotted in here are the ones you get.
Brave meeting.
Greetings, citizen. Well
GG.
fought.
Well, I have a spell that deals 4 damage, so I'll use that on you. But yeah, some of the, and maybe it's because we don't have enough cards to make a prophecy deck to guarantee we get one. You know, there are some kind of cool things that you can do in terms of deck building, like with the prophecy stuff. On the intelligence side, at least, a few of the creatures say if you play multiple actions per turn, will get you an extra benefit. So there is some cool deck building options there, as you'd expect. Here's some cards that have the level up. This little green arrow. So if I click on this, once I hit level 38, the card will actually just change into something better, which is cool, but is also really bad in that, well, first of all, 38 is pretty high. I don't know what my player level is, maybe like 7 or something. And I played all 20 chapters of the story. You're able to bypass it and just buy this card. But again, it's a cool mechanic, but if you're trying to be competitive or actually try to dive into the scene, you are legitimately playing with worse cards, objectively worse cards. You know, when Initiate of Hearstone attacks and destroys a creature, she may attack again. When Child of Hearstone attacks and destroys a creature, may attack again. Abilities are exactly the same. You're paying 6 mana either way. One of them is a 4/5. One of them is a 6/7. So objectively, it's a worse card. Strength, intelligence, willpower, agility, endurance, and then you have your multi-cost spells here as well as the neutrals. The deck building layout is very similar to Hearthstone as well. Video, audio, not really a lot of options here. Exit game. But there's tons of cards to pick from, tons of different play styles from what I've seen in the different decks that I've sort of came up with in the time that I played through the story and all the stuff that I unlocked. They totally did play differently. It felt good. The strength cards played totally differently than the intelligence cards, played totally differently than the endurance cards. But it's kind of what you expect if you base off the Hearthstone idea. Here's a brief overview of the story. 20 chapters, like I said, and you sort of go through these little chapters one by one, and a brief cutscene plays with some voice acting and some dialogue, and it doesn't, I mean, it's a grand story, but it doesn't really make sense. You're kind of popping around everywhere. You start off as a gladiator, and then at the end you're almost the emperor. Like, is a little weird. I guess it follows every Elder Scrolls game. General play, solo arena, and versus arena are the modes that are available now. One thing that I do want to mention real quick is that if you change your player icon, it'll affect the kind of cards that you collect, which is kind of neat. Dark Elf, you more quickly collect cards that harness the power of the Fallen. I don't actually know. Spell-related cards obviously makes more sense, but harness the power of the Fallen, I don't know what that means in terms of game terms. And I don't have objective stats on whether this impacts the cards that you pull out of card packs or leveling up stuff or how story progression is handled. I don't actually know, but it is pretty cool that essentially if you play a mage, you're more likely to get mage cards maybe. That's what it seems to be in theory. But that's a brief overlook at Elder Scrolls Legends. Check out Dustin's channel. I'll put a link in the description. He's got some footage of it that he might put up. Some of the other games that I messed up and didn't have my audio working properly. So definitely check that out if you're interested, and I'll put a link in the description to download it and check it out. Thanks, guys.